units are the inch, the foot, the yard, and the mile. Have you heard of these? Since most people don't usually carry tape measures around with them, you'll also relate these measures to common objects, which allows you to quickly estimate a measurement. Such objects are called reference. We can use a personal reference to estimate a length. So for instance, an inch, if you look at your thumb, I would say an inch is more from your knuckle to, like, just the, like, not the entire finger, but from here to here. That would be an inch. They say a foot is like your pace is a foot.
Everyone has different sized feet. So
no, but this is how the foot length. I would say more as a pace, but they're saying your foot, but whatever. A yard, your arm span. So if you spread your arms out, that would be a yard. A yard, like if you think about back in elementary, you probably remember the meter sticks and stuff. It used to be a yardstick when it was an imperial. A meter and a yard are about the same. Like you can actually see what the, a yard is 0.9144 meters, so it's very close. And a mile is the distance you would walk in 20 minutes. So, anyways, describe how you would estimate the width of your locker. So what would you use for the width of your locker? This is in the imperial system. So centimeters is not in the imperial system. You could put your foot beside it? Sure. Use your foot to rough estimate. Did you know that these tiles are 1 foot tiles? They're 12 inches, like 1 foot. So you could actually look at your locker and line it up with the tile on the floor and see. Okay, so here. No, it's 12 inches. Okay, so 1 foot is how many inches? 12. You do not have to memorize this. This is on your formula sheet. 1 yard is how many feet? 3 feet. 1 mile is how many yards? Okay, so these are equal. No, they have to be. Okay, so anyway, 1,760 yards. 1 yard is how many inches? 36 inches. 1 mile is how many feet? At least 2. Yeah, it's 5,000. 5,280. I was going to say that because that's something maybe you should have in your back pocket. But again, it's the states that use these measurements. So, and probably your parents might say, "Oh, I'm 5 feet 8 inches" or whatever. I think most people still do that too. Even if you go to the stores, you can see the prices per pound and things like that. And again, that's usually for a lot of the older generation. Most people are now just doing the metric system. Okay, now we're going to convert units. I want you to do this way. I know you can. Some of them you can just picture. I want you to do it by unit analysis, meaning you're taking the 5 miles, and especially if any of you guys are actually going to get into the calculus class eventually, you have to be able to do unit analysis. And unit analysis means like they may not give you what, and probably most people know what speed is measured in, but they may not give you how it's measured in the question, and you have to figure out the way you're doing your unit analysis what the units will be. So for instance, once you eventually get to, say, physics, acceleration is measured in, does anybody know? Yeah, and so the reason why you have the second squared, and again, if you were to do the unit analysis, it's pretty obvious where the second squared comes from. So anyways, we're starting with 5 miles. The way this works is, because we want yards, we need to have yards in the top position, okay? So we're going to be taking the yard, I need yards here, and I need miles here. Does everybody see what I mean by unit analysis? Because the miles will cancel, and then whatever I have left is what your yards is. So I can't just put yards and miles there. So I go to my handy dandy formula sheet, and I look for what is the measurement for miles and yards. And it says there, 1 mile is 1,760 yards. So I put 1 mile here, and I put 1,760 yards there. I probably would have scooched it over a little bit, but that's okay. So does everybody see that the miles will cancel, and then whatever I do here for the calculation will be now in yards? So now, because, you know, this is a numerator, you could put this over 1 if you want, but you don't need to. Does everybody see that we're multiplying, and then if we had a number at the bottom that we needed to divide, you would be dividing that. You don't need to divide by 1. So does everybody see what we're doing? We're going 5 times 1760. So then we get 8,800 yards. Again, you can just look at it and tell, but I want you to practice the unit analysis here. Okay, so now we're going to go 100 inches to feet and inches. Okay, so we're going to figure out, so 100 inches. So we're writing 100 inches. Okay, so we need to change this to feet, and it's not going to be exactly so much feet. So my conversion for feet and inches is what? 1 foot is 12 inches. Does everybody see that now? So do you see these inches cancel, and I'm in feet right now? Yes? Okay, so what do I punch in my calculator? Yeah, you can do times 1, but you don't even need to do that. But yeah, 100 times 1 divided by 12. So do you see why this is now going to be in feet and inches? Okay, so I'm just going to write down what my calculator says. So this is approximately 8.3 repeating feet. Okay, you notice they say convert to feet and inches. So they're saying, no, I don't want decimals of a foot. I want you to convert that part into inches. So essentially what we're going to do here is, I don't know why I don't have enough room here, but anyways, doesn't matter. How many feet, if I have 8, does everybody see the whole number is 8 feet, right? So I need to actually take the 100 inches and see how much inches I would have left if I had 8 feet taken off of that. So what's the conversion for 8 feet? I'm just going to do this down here. So 8 feet is how many inches? How do I do the conversion? 12 inches. 12 inches is 1 foot, right? Okay, so they would cancel, and so I've used up 96 inches. So how many inches are left there? 4. So what's my final answer? 8 feet, 4 inches. Does everybody understand how I got that as my final answer? You could have also, if you knew that 0.3 repeating was 1/3 of a foot, and you could have just converted 1/3 of a foot to back to inches. Okay? But it depends if you understood that this is 1/3 of a foot. Does everybody know what the shorthand for feet and inches are? Oh, I'm even more shorthand than that. Yeah, it's 8 feet, 4 inches. That's really shorthand for feet and inches. Did you know that? Well, you do now. Okay, of course, I would also accept 8FT and 4IN. That's fine. Is that what you meant by shorthand? Or this one? Okay, yes. I understand both of them. That's fine. Yep. Okay, 14 feet to inches. So what is my conversion? 14 feet goes here. No, we're going to inches and feet. So look at the inches and feet thing. 12 inches goes on top and 1 foot goes on the bottom. So do you see the feet will cancel? And then it tells you what to do. What do you do? 14 times 12. So we get 168 inches. Okay, do you see how this unit conversion is going? Okay, 14 feet. So I'm going to write 14 feet again. Now I'm converting it to yards. What's the yard thing? Yeah, 1 yard is, and yard is YD, and this is 3 feet. So the feet will cancel, and what do I have to do here? Yeah. So this is 4.6 repeating yards. Unless it says to round to the nearest tenth, you might as well. Does anybody know what 0.6 repeating is as a fraction? Yes. Or 4 2/3 yards. Yes. Okay. All right. Now we're going to do metric system. Okay?